is to go further southeast and up there to expand the system by utilizing DB network. So you see here the S-Bahn train in the tunnel operates, it's a very narrow tunnel, it operates with third rail under DC, and the pantograph is lowered, but as it comes out in the suburbs, you see here the transition from third rail, and at the end here the train goes out to the main line, which is electrified at 15 kV, and in this area here automatically the train switches from DC power supply to AC power supply of DB. The passenger doesn't realize the speed is actually something like 80 kilometers per hour at this corner, and then it goes through the turnouts and continues another 31 kilometers down west. So you see the same train here with the pantograph lifted. It has its, normally its power collector, current collector down here at the bogie, which is for third rail here. And it has the pantograph lowered in downtown and lifted in the outside. And at the same time, you switch from AC to DC and vice versa. So the conclusion of the whole thing is the modern technology allows to integrate suburban and urban traffic by means of allowing seamless transport. The only thing is you have to be lucky that the gauge between the two systems is the same. And power supply and signaling, of course, which is different between subway and long-distance railways, has to be accommodated on the train. But the main feature which is now available is that the trains can easily accommodate different power supply systems. So the recommendation would be transport planners should take long-term future view on network design, integration of systems to secure long-term attractivity for customers. Compatibility of systems secures flexibility for future extensions or modifications. Special and proprietary technologies should be limited to cases where very specific requirements are to be complied with. From the environmental point of view, when selecting technologies, you should minimize the impact in urban space and landscape, minimize resettlement and negative social impacts, improve safety, reduce accident rate, use energy from renewable sources, wind, solar, hydro, which means electric operation, optimize energy efficiency, operational program. I've seen a very good example in Bahia, where the signaling system is designed such that a train decelerating may be supplied at the same time. A braking train may supply an accelerating train at the same time. This is a special feature of the signaling technology. And of course, you can utilize your regenerative braking to feed back into the systems. So in Germany, we have, with our S-Bahn system, as we have switched over to AC traction technology, because of the frequent acceleration and stopping, we have reduced our power consumption by regenerative braking by 30%, which is quite which is worth mentioning. Of course, minimize dissipation of GHG, noise and vibration, avoid later redesigns. So the transport master plan should take such options in view and think about a phased approach. These are the questions which the bankers and the lenders would put you. Since I have worked more than 20 years in a bank, I was these were the questions which I had to put in my questionnaire before we appraised the project. So I think you will find these questions in your papers. So far, I would like to thank you for your patience and for your attention. And of course, I would be happy to answer any questions. Thank you very much. Muito obrigado.
Professor Cardoso, então, irá dar continuidade. Parece que nós temos já algumas perguntas na plateia.
I have a question. One for
who?
Mr. I have one for you and one for you.
Okay.
Very direct question. For you, Mr.
Hirano-san.
Hirano. When you play, who plays the shopping center, the new residences, the government or the private sector? Because you have to have a coordination. You have to have a decision. Who takes the decision? We'll have a shopping center here. We'll have a hospital there. Who is it? This is the question for you. And I have a question for you. I saw in the numbers you presented that you mentioned that BRT is less than 10,000 passengers per, yes. I agree with you. But there is a man called Jaime Lerner, very respected by all the people, but not from me, who says that 60,000. Where is the truth?